It's a great day to be a Coyote. Welcome, Coyote Nation, to another episode of Back to Pack Podcast, where we are going to be bringing you all of your favorite games, memories, and of course, discussion with our fellow Coyotes. As a disclaimer, we have no affiliation to the University of South Dakota. This is a podcast ran by fans for fans. The ideas and comments do not represent the university. Our opinions are our own. Be sure to find us on Twitter at BackToPackSD. With that being said, let's jump in. I tell you what, we would have been on time. I promise you guys that, but the wife moved her computer around, so I couldn't find the intro. I haven't memorized the point, but
unbelievable.
Man,
Take some personal responsibility, Jake.
that's a buzzkill. I was ready to say, "Let's go."
All right, hit it now. You can go. I'm not
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. We're back at the dome, baby. Here we go.
are so back. We're
so
all
back.
we're all the way back.
We're just like the Hangover. We're in the convertible.
We are back.
We are back.
We are back. Let's go, Yote fan. What up, Yote fan? First in here as always, holding it down. Ray coming in second. He'll take it. That's awesome. We love Ray too. Well, who else we got? Oh, hey, Peter's back.
Welcome back, Peter.
Let's go. Welcome back.
Yes,
absolutely. We're going to talk about those helmets here in a little bit.
Absolutely.
Yes, we are.
They're beautiful.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she moved the computer during football season, and she closed the intro Word doc. So it's a shame. Heck, I'm lucky I have battery right now, even at this point. But it is what it is.
Man, we're lucky there's even a show tonight. It sounds like.
Dang near.
Oh man, we got a lot to get to, so let's get right to this thing.
Let's roll.
Guys, we've been talking about this for weeks, but we're finally to the meat of the schedule, right? Coming back home, this huge 3-game homestand, and really no weeks off now, no more cupcakes. We're through the lower tier of the Missouri Valley, and there's nothing but good teams left. So let's dive right into this thing.
Yep, we've totally only played lower tier Missouri Valley through the entirety of the season so far.
-1, but you can call it what you want.
Oh, right, that one.
yeah, that one. All right, real quick, Alex's lemonade stand. Oh, hey, by the way, guys, you're gonna notice a little bit of a gold and black theme tonight on our slides. I got the matching colors to match the helmets tonight.
Okay.
So
nice. Well done.
Nicely done.
We're still holding it down here with Aiden, 13,000. Yep, this hasn't changed since we looked at it last. So,
I did have a Bunny fan get in my comments celebrating the fact that we're back in the dome and our number's only going to climb. And he said something along the lines of, wow, it looks like $1 from each person that attended a USD game so far this season.
All right.
And the only thing I can really think of is, wow, I have a fan base that actually cares.
Absolutely.
Choosing to get involved.
We are anti-kids cancer.
Absolutely. No, it's fun. Obviously, there's always going to be those guys that want to ruin it. But the banter we've had with, I believe it's Jack's Illustrated guys on it, they're actually celebrating where we're at. We're celebrating where they're at. We want to keep seeing both teams climb. We want to see all the teams climb, but obviously the creams rose to the top for sure.
Yeah, and this is the third year in a row of this competition, and this is the third year in a row that we're 1-2. So, yeah, we're definitely holding it down in South Dakota, that's for sure. All right, ways to get involved. Real quick, scan the QR code here on the screen to donate directly. That'll take you right to Aiden's page. Are we doing Jelly shots at tailgate again, boys?
Absolutely. And
all right.
You know what? If you drop off a 20 or higher, you automatically get entered in the beef raffle as well. So,
and you get a Jelly shot with that $20 plus the beef raffle. All right.
Yeah, kick it. We're gonna kick it up a little bit here.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
All right, Lemon Top Challenge. We're gonna push that this week because we're back home, so we've got an opportunity to do that while we're tailgating. And then you like my graphic for the 444 Dome Challenge?
You can't get any better.
Let's go. So far, hey, where is Matt? He's the only one that's completed this, by the way.
He's a real American for that. I love that. It would be great to see a concession stand deal with little Yote cups like that you get to take home after completing the challenge. But what did he say?
It cost
another day.
It costs $56 to do this challenge.
So Schemmel has seen this picture. Not saying it's not in the works, but we did our part.
That's right. We have done our part. And then
long play.
Last but not least, the beef raffle, which we are going to get to as well.
Absolutely.
Real quick, the Lemon Top Challenge, guys, we are getting absolutely crushed on free money right now. We have 11 posts for the year. There are the other schools that are obviously way ahead of us. So we need to get some lemons on some heads and get some posts on social media this week to increase that, because it is free money, right? It's coming from Northwestern Mutual. So definitely need to take advantage of that. And in order to do that, let's do the instructions real quick. Take a picture balancing a lemon on your head. You're going to share that to social media. Pick your favorite one or all of them. You're going to tag at Alex's Lemonade, at Northwestern Mutual, hashtag Lemon Top Challenge, hashtag Go Yotes. You have to have all 4 of those pieces. And if you're on Twitter, it's at _financial. So you got to have those pieces, guys. Otherwise, it won't count. And again, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, even LinkedIn, by the way. You can do this on LinkedIn. For each post, Northwestern Mutual.
You can post on LinkedIn?
You can. Yeah, I didn't put it in our graphic this year, but yeah, LinkedIn is also on the list. That's pretty cool. For each post, Northwestern Mutual donates $10 to Alex's Lemonade Stand. That's per social media platform per person. So you could rack up $50 if you did all 5 for Aiden and for childhood cancer, which would obviously impact our total here. So let's keep it rolling. Let's do this. I know I'll bring a couple lemons, Jake, Grant. Hopefully you guys have some too.
Mathematically speaking, if we do this correctly, we are making $600 an hour, because it only takes 5 minutes to do. Put them on all 5. We're making $600. What job pays you $600 to put a lemon on your head?
Man, let's go. Let's do this. I need to be better too. I think I've only done Facebook and X, so, or maybe Instagram too. I can't remember, but I'm gonna do LinkedIn on Saturday. So we need to
put on the resume. Absolutely.
Put it on the resume. Let's go. All right, Jake, take us through the beef raffle too, real quick.
Absolutely. We are just about on the verge of cracking 100 raffle tickets sold. So get in while it's still low. It's been very high donation numbers or value. So there is not as many people in the drawing. And don't forget, you can only win one of the quarters. So once you win one, your name is taken off. Definitely increasing the opportunity for Mitch, who's only bought 1 ticket. So definitely bury him on the roster, please.
Gonna box
but easy, yeah, exactly.
I'm
Easy way to get
I'm
involved.
gonna laugh if I win.
I'll respin.
Damn it.
All right, now we're all off. So with it, to get raffle tickets, there are 3 different options here: 1 for $20, 3 for $50, or 10 for $100. You can pay by donating directly to the lemonade stand through Aiden's link here, like the guest strings did. They showed us how to do it on that side, and Mitch. Another side, and I'm not going to post it because it's other people's information, but I've gotten a few Venmos in. And I cannot wait to do the 3rd one, cash donations at the tailgate, because I love seeing all of you smiling faces there. It's a lot more fun when we do it together. So we'll get you added on the list at that time during tailgate, though.
I feel like if you had a group come up to you at tailgate and they just, drop a 20 or a 50, you could do obviously the jelly shot with it. That's a good way to go. I think that's a great deal. If you get the jelly shots, you automatically get entered into the raffle. It's kind of a 2-for-1.
And this is my secret recipe too. So,
hey, the nice thing too is, when it comes to cash, always the thing is like, I only got big bills. Well, good news. You need big bills for the beef raffle. I mean, if you only got 100 on you, just get 10 tickets.
That's right.
Absolutely. And now it's actually worth
and a bunch of shots.
I was gonna say, I know a lot of people don't want to pay $100 for 1 Jello shot. So now I'll give you 10 raffle tickets with it. So
there you go.
All right, a couple comments here real quick. We got Sarah who's mentioning the lemonade stand slide. Not sure what she wants to see there, but yeah, we went through that. So Sarah, I'll have all that info with me at tailgate too.
Absolutely.
And then Matt, I don't know what he's what he signed in with here, but he said he's at the hockey game. Go Avs, so he's busy tonight.
Picking the Avalanche over us, but hey, it is what it is.
That's right. It's hockey season now. All right, real quick look at the Missouri Valley standings too, guys. Obviously,
getting prettier and prettier.
Yeah, we're climbing, right? We looked at this and we were darn near at the bottom. Then we were in the middle. Now we're in the top third here.
We were at the bottom.
Yeah, were we dead? We were dead last, weren't we? Because we lost
the first one. Yeah,
that's right. That's right. Mm-hmm. So it's looking a lot better, guys. Grant, I think you phrased this perfectly on Twitter this week, where you said the guys took care of business on the road. They got those 2 road dubs, and now we're coming back home for the 3-game homestand. So we are officially on a 3-game winning streak going
Yeah.
back to D-Days. And so, now's a huge opportunity awaits to start knocking off ranked opponents, moving up in the polls, and continuing to climb this list, because you have 2 of the 3 teams ahead of us coming down the stretch.
Absolutely. The back door's open.
Well, and the funny part is too, we've talked about this, especially the last 2 weeks, right? We talk about no matter who it is, how hard it is to get a win on the road in the Missouri Valley. We finally are now getting to benefit from that, right? Any team that's coming into the Dakota Dome knows it's just hard to win on the road, and it's hard to win at the Dome, right? The record has showed itself that over the last, what do we have? 11-0, 12. What do we?
11-0.
11-0 at home. Yep, on the new turf.
Right. 11-0 at home. So I'm excited, right? I know it's a meat grinder of a conference and schedule, but boy, oh boy, is it relieving to get 3 home games in a row. So it starts Saturday.
Yeah, and the mixed blessing, guys, of the bye week, right, being at the end of the season is crap. But if there was any consolation prize, having a 3-game homestand basically to end the year, minus the one away at the true end, is kind of a good trade-off, right? Because it's hard to win Road Valley games, as all teams would say. And so with that being said, take a look on the right side at the Stats Perform poll. Look at how many teams in the Valley are in the top 25.
Yeah, and that's the nice part too. It's all the teams that we play in the next 4 weeks are all ahead of us, which, as we know, that means is you take care of business, you move up. You take care of business again, you move up again. You take care of business, like third time, you move way up. So the opportunity is all in front of them. So I'm excited for them, proud of them that they took care of business on the road, and yeah, it's
now it's our turn.
Good home slate, exactly.
Yeah, and we keep saying it too, but like the weeks just get harder, right? This week against 18 Illinois State, next week, 8 North Dakota, and then 2 SDSU, and obviously those numbers are going to change a little bit, but I think in reality they're going to be in similar spots come time we play them. And so, like you said, we win, we keep moving up, and we have a chance, guys. If we go win out to end the season, we're going to be in the top 5, right?
If we win out, we're Missouri Valley champs potentially.
Depending on what happens with North Dakota State, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. The ceiling is, it's super high, right? The opportunity.
Literally everything is there.
Everything is there. That's the beauty of the Missouri Valley. Although it's by far the most challenging, difficult, competitive conference, but that's why you love it, right? You're going to get your shot. And not every team can say that across the country. If you're in a conference where you're basically forced to win out or win the auto bid, we've got the opportunities in front of us. So I'm excited for the guys, and more so excited for this Saturday.
Jake, anything else on this slide?
Just win, baby. That's really what it takes. I'm excited to have them in front of us. They did their jobs. Now we're going to help them take care of business.
Absolutely. Real quick, Yote fan. Hey, he likes the shirt, Grant.
Yeah, it looks like it got the shirt. Glad to hear it.
There we go.
Yes, we'll remember, you wear the Yote, or excuse me, the Back to Pack shirt. Go visit Jake. He's got a free beer for you. I think that stands all season, correct?
Yep.
We're at tailgate. If you go a few down, you can also get a free beer from Grant too.
I was just about to say that. And by the way,
make the rounds.
Yeah. Say I see a Back to Pack shirt running around tailgate. I'll throw a beer 50 yards.
I'm probably pulling you in. If you walk by, I am grabbing you anyways.
Yeah.
So
big old high five, bro hug, and then get the beer.
Absolutely.
That's right.
All right. So guys, Stats Perform poll, we just talked about it, but we moved up from 22 to 21 there this week. And then the jersey combo, uniform combo dropped with the sick new helmets and black jersey, white pants. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and take a look at those sweet helmets. Guys, your thoughts?
10 out of 10. Yeah. I love the Sandstorm tan with it in black. It's fantastic. It was a great tribute to the veterans, military appreciation as a whole. I don't think you can really beat it.
Yeah, I agree. They just keep, it seems like every helmet that we do this year has been, a 10 out of 10. It's, it's like the Snoop Dogg means like this guy don't miss, every single week. Right. So it's, I think it's great. I love the American flag logo on the other side too. That's a nice wrinkle because in the past we've seen the Stars and Stripes coyote paw,
Yes.
but to put it in the gold and black for the Army and then having the alternate logo on the other side is a nice wrinkle to it. So very cool.
Yes,
Absolutely.
and in the Pentagon shape, right? And there's a story with that. And the gal's name who they're honoring here on Saturday, who the name escapes me off the top of my head, but it's going to be cool. And they nailed this combo, absolutely nailed the combo with pairing the black jersey with it, white pants. I think it's really, really going to pop. I love the color scheme overall. And so you got two big things this week, right? You got Hall of Fame, so you got the 8 inductees going in, a couple footballers in there, and then military. Yeah, and then military appreciation. Obviously, with that comes the 2 free tickets for any branch or veteran service member, all that fun stuff. So that this is a good one. And guys, usually this is in November, but just the way the schedule falls with promos and such, with UND being Native American Heritage, and then Senior Day against the Bunnies in the Red Out. So you've got those other things going on. So they bumped this up a couple weeks here to make sure we fit it in. But yeah, absolutely love everything that they're doing with this.
Man, all right, so I had to look it up just so we could pay our respects correctly on this for the helmet tribute. And I need Mitch's help on pronunciation, but it is Anne Klein Hesselink. If I butchered it, I apologize. But yeah, honoring her, she's an associate chair of academic programs in the nursing side of things, and also obviously a U.S. veteran. So thank you to your service.
And her story is really cool because she's paired nursing with the ROTC program, which is really cool. So that article's out there if you want more information on that. All right, series history versus the Redbirds. The Yotes and the Redbirds are meeting for the 11th time on Saturday, with the first meeting in Vermilion since 2021. So it's been a minute. Illinois State has USD's number in this series. They lead 8-2 with the first meeting. This will be the first meeting since 2022. Must have played there. And then this weekend marks the second meeting in series history that both teams will be ranked inside the top 25. And at least one of the two teams have been ranked inside the top 25 in 7 of the 10 previous meetings. And then their coach, head coach Brock Spack, has been the head coach there for all of these previous meetings. So he is a pretty tenured coach when it comes to the Valley, because there's most Valley coaches, guys, are relatively new. And so for him, he's got to be probably up there as one of the elder statesmen at his specific school.
Yeah, it is kind of funny the longevity of coaches, since we've had a lot of turnover here in the last couple of years. But since we have series history, we've talked about it. Jake didn't want me to talk about it, but I thought it was funny. We got to turn the tide on these Redbird mascots this year, right? Illinois. we had Iowa State.
Whose mascot is a cardinal.
Lamar, another cardinal.
Is a cardinal.
And now we've got Illinois State. So we got to turn the tide.
Which is technically a cardinal, but which is
also technically a cardinal. So we got to turn the tides on this whole losing to Cardinals deal. And hopefully USD never has to play Vermilion the Tanagers, because that could be a problem too, apparently.
I love that you brought this up.
I really wish I kept my mouth shut on the car ride home.
We had a couple hours to think of stuff, so
we did. But yeah, I just saw your Redbirds comment. I just thought, you know what, it's one, wild to play the same mascot from 3 separate teams the same season, but gotta get this tide turned here, fellas.
The good news is this is also our 3rd ISU, and we're 1-1. So
there you go. There you go.
So might as well just add that one in there too.
That's right.
Do you think we'll beat Idaho State in the playoffs?
Doubtful. All right, let's tee it up here. Game number 9 already, guys. Holy moly. Number 21, Yotes versus number 20 or 18, depending on which poll you look at, Illinois State. They are 4-3 coming into this matchup. 1 o'clock kick. You got ESPN Plus and Midco Sports. Yay, Midco. Got Jay Elson, Andre Fields on the call. And then Count Sports Network, as always, John Thayer, Gary Culver, Jerry Paleschi. And weather at tailgate, boys, a little chilly, cloudy, 50. Southeast wind 10 to 15. Your real feel is going to be in the 40s with the wind chill there. So
you know what? Makes the beer taste better, keeps you warmer.
You have to drink a couple more to stay warm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, after a couple pretty hot tailgates, I'm kind of looking forward to a little jacket, hat, mittens if you're into that for the tailgate. So
definitely sweatshirt weather for sure.
I'm all for cool. It's the wind.
Yeah, it's not going to be terrible like it was on D-Days, but it's going to be a little windy.
Southeast, that we got the trees of Grant. We'll be fine.
That's right.
There you go. All right, injury update. I thought this was big enough to share on this show.
Very much so.
Couple injuries here. Both posts say roughly the same thing, but essentially their star receiver, who is NFL talent, by the way, Daniel Sobkowitz, is out for this game, along with their safety Jack Dwyer and an offensive lineman there with Brandon Smith out for the rest of the season. So you've got two guys that are week to week with shoulder injuries. It sounds like, well, we already know for sure that they're out for this game, so that's a done deal. But yeah, huge news because they throw the ball a ton, and he is by far their best wide receiver. So knowing that this is a sign that they're banged up, right? We know we're banged up, and so it is the life in the valley, and especially this time of year.
I mean, one thing that everybody should note on this, Zabkowitz, did I say it right? Yeah, was the Walter Payton watch list the preseason, and that as a wide receiver, if that wants to tell you how important this guy is for this team.
Yeah, no, he's legit. So that hurts, and we talked about this kind of coming up with our notes for this game, but our secondary will be tested, and they do have a bunch of good receivers, but he is by far their best receiver.
Yeah, not that you ever cheer for injuries, obviously, but if you're any secondary, the Yotes are gonna benefit from his absence this weekend, but any secondary takes a big sigh of relief seeing that he's not in the lineup because he's a serious problem, and we've seen that for a long time, right? He's a senior. He's been at it in the Valley for quite a while, so feel bad for him. Obviously, like I said, I don't like rooting for injuries. You don't want to ever beat a team when they're not at full strength, but to your point, Mitch, that's life in the Valley right now. We've got guys banged up. They do. Every team top to bottom would say the same thing. So, but pretty significant injury news to say the least.
Yeah, and it'd be one thing if this happened, say, 5 weeks ago, but the fact that it happened last week and now they have to adjust and find ways to generate offense without him, it is a big deal. And so, absolutely. So with that, let's go to the matchup preview here. The players on the list to highlight here, obviously their quarterback, number 9, Tommy Rittenhouse, absolute stud quarterback. Wide receiver, number 84. This is their second tier guy here at Luke Maylander. Put him on here because obviously he's going to have to step up for them. And then their linebackers are absolute studs and led by Ty Niekamp in the middle, number 46. So with that being said, I'll open it up to you guys wherever you want to start.
So it's funny because I was actually praising Rittenhouse going into the season, and he has been quite the dual threat. And I thought he actually belonged on the Walter Payton list. But I wanted to take just a little gander at stats. Just kind of compare, see where everybody's at. Now, he is blowing Aiden out of the water when it comes to touchdowns on the passing side of things, 10 to 18. But this blew my mind, and I was not prepared for it. Rittenhouse currently sits at 1387 for passing yards. Aiden is at 1340, and Aiden has 14 less completions.
Wow. I would have not guessed that with how much they throw.
Yep. And so it is pretty crazy. Now, the thing is, too, if I'm not mistaken, we have a game on them comparatively. So that is one thing to think about. But I don't know. That really caught me off guard. This is not the team we thought they were going to be going into the season.
Not the team you guys thought. Let's clarify.
That's kind of Mitch is going to say that.
This is the team that you guys were really high on going into the season.
Hey,
why not,
I kept saying Illinois State was going to be the most important game of the year, and it very much is for completely different reasons than what I thought it was. But
here's the issue. They have a high-flying offense, and we're going to see that on the next slide, but their defense is not good, especially their pass defense. And so they score a lot of points, but they also give up a lot of points. I mean, they gave up 32 to Murray State, guys.
You know what that screams to me, though, too? We are going to grind this game to a screeching halt. Time of possession, we are probably going to be shooting for an Indiana State kind of game again, 45-15, for those that somehow forgot. But
that would definitely help.
That's you got a defensive coordinator as your head coach now. He knows how to work this kind of system and make them inefficient. And you know what? You give us methodical, time-consuming drives to get us up 10, 14, nothing. When Illinois State tries to go fast, go quick, and they get shut down the first few drives, could make this game very interesting very quickly.
Yeah, and I think Jake makes a good point about this too, because we talked about, prior to tonight that this defense is definitely not good, right? And you say they have some great linebackers, but in general, they kind of have trouble generating pressure on the pass game. And as a result, or I'm sure kind of potato, whatever you want to say on it, the secondary is very gettable from them as well, and people have been taking advantage of that. So I'm really interested to see what Illinois State does. I think still they're going to have to do what other teams have done and force us to pass the ball, because they know if LJ gets going, it's going to be a long day, right? We've proven that enough. But knowing that they have a secondary that's pretty gettable, do you really want those guys creeping up into the box to stop the run? Because if it's already feels gettable, it could be a day where we could see some multiple explosive pass plays if we're coming off of play action or getting some success in the run game. So I'll be curious to see what they do. Their rush defense isn't bad. It's really that pass defense that's poor. So I'll be curious to see what we kind of do from a matchup perspective too. Are we still going to commit and really put the ball on the ground regardless of what we're seeing? I guess I'm not really sure what we're going to do or what we're going to see from either team. So this is the first time I don't feel like I have a.
That makes it fun.
It is, right? It feels. And what gamesmanship adjustments are going to be made mid-game because of that. So kind of curious.
It sets up funky because you've got strength on strength with our rushing offense at 21 and their rush defense at 45. So that those both really solid, right? But flip it, and you've got weakness on weakness with our passing offense at 102 and their passing defense at 119. And so it sets up really, really weird. Now, we know we've had much better recently, right? Last couple of games, the passing offense is starting to look a little better. And so obviously, go back to the last slide, but I put Fenner on here for that reason, because I think he has a chance to go off in this game. And it just sets up really, really weird with looking at these kind of statistical matchups and what's going to give what breaks first for which team.
No. Yeah, because that's what it's going to be. Somebody has to make a decision of what they're going to commit to, right?
Right.
Whether it's us committing on offense to
run the ball,
or do we say, you know what, we see an exploitation here and we think we can pass the ball? Because to Jake's point, comparing Rittenhouse to Aiden has quietly put together a really nice, efficient 3-game stretch here. And I think
look at his efficiency numbers the last 3 games. Look at his completion percentage. It continues to climb. It was in the 50s to start the season, and now he's upwards of just shy of 70, I think.
Right. And that comes too, and the numbers are never flashy just because of the way we're playing, right? And how we want to do the ball control on offense. So
and not finishing drives. So the scoreboard doesn't necessarily reflect that we're moving the ball. We're just not finishing.
Right. So that to me, I mean, as far as like making predictions, I have a feeling we could see a 2024 Aiden Bauman pass type game that we saw. I think if we really open it up, I know Mitch is getting excited.
Let's do it.
I would love to see, and I think we can see Aiden getting close to 250, 300 passing yards, call it 2-3 TDs. I think it's there.
I asked for that against UNI. And now if you go back and look at UNI's defensive rankings, they were much better in their secondary. And we did, we came out on that first drive and then threw 3-4 times on some play action stuff, which was nice to see. And we did take a couple deep shots too. But I think in this game, guys, we have even more opportunity to do that.
Yeah. One person I do want to draw to everybody's attention, though, just on the defensive side for Illinois State that he doesn't get talked about very well is Shadwell Kumba.
Yeah, their corner who's got like 4 interceptions.
Yes.
Yeah.
He has been a fantastic mainstay at the corner side. So I can definitely see opportunity. There's going to be one of two things. A, he shadows Fenner, or B, he plays the wide side of the field. Something to keep an eye for. I don't know his number, so I apologize. He's not on our list here, but he is a name that has been thrown around quite a bit as one of the best corners, not just in the Missouri Valley, but FCS as a whole. So something just to watch for.
Yeah, he would definitely be the bright spot in their secondary, right? I mean, just again looking at their pass defense, it's almost last.
Yeah, and also too, to couple with that, you hit on the, with their starting safety going out, this will be the first week without him as well. So that's another hole in the secondary that they have to fill. So
bingo.
Jake, to your point, I have a feeling he will be shadowing Fenner. If I was a coach, I think that's almost a no option on that, right? You cannot let a guy like Fenner be on a backup safety, backup corner situation. He'll take full advantage of that.
Now, what I do ask though on the Yote side of things here, it can't be Fenner and Martin. We don't know if Whitty's going to be back or not. He wasn't in for the UNI game. Haven't heard speculation on which way he's leaning for this game. And so you have two that it seems like he's pretty confident in, but we need a third wide receiver to step up and create some noise.
Big time.
Whether it's Tennell or Tyson, one of those two needs to show up.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Couldn't agree more. And it doesn't really matter who. We just need a guy to step up.
Absolutely.
Yep, absolutely agree. And I think this is an opportunity, right? I keep saying it, but I think that's the opportunity because I don't see our run game guys doing a whole lot in this game. Their rush defense is better than UNI's. UNI's was rated 70th, and we had some decent runs, but overall we just didn't have the complete control, and we're able to just chunk it down the field running the ball. And so I don't expect that in this game either. We're not going to obviously totally abandon it because we need it, but I just don't see us running for 200 yards with LJ in this game.
Well, and here I'll counter argue you on this one too. Just keep it two-sided. But with UNI, they actually believed in their pass defense as a whole to confidently stack the box.
Correct.
Illinois State, on the other side, has no confidence in their passing defense.
This is true.
An inability to stack the box on it because they need the help, especially with the safety out. They need help on the backside. I think the box is going to be a lot looser. So there might be an opportunity.
Definitely one less guy. There'll be definitely at least one less guy in the box.
Now, it does lead to questions because like I said, I think we still dink and dunk. I don't know if we open up the playbook a lot just because
I hate you right now. I hate you so much.
I get it. I would not be shocked if we come in under their passing defense average, but the time of possession is going to be huge. And if we dink and dunk, it's going to be interesting because we all know we're not 100% on where Whitty's at. We all watched Dallas Holmes walk off the field. Don't know where he's at.
Right.
Our tight end room got young real quick.
Yep.
And so there's going to be an opportunity for somebody to shine. Jesse Miller did impress me quite a bit against UNI. I was very, very happy with how he did. I saw Caden Fry getting a lot of time as well. And they're probably going to have to step up if that's going to be our offensive approach.
Yeah. And again, you got Moose in there, and Jackson Accardi. Yeah, because you usually run
tight end room.
It is. We just they're young on that. On the depth chart, you get down there, and we're into some young guys at this point. But we use 2 or 3 tight ends, pretty consistently throughout the game. So they're all going to be needed.
Yeah, and this also might be a game where we see Aiden with 35 pass attempts for the first time this season. Probably the first time over 30.
My as much as I want us to air it out, my only concern with that, Jake, getting up to that number would be, can the offensive line hold up?
Well, if you're digging and dunking,
if they're quick throws, it just depends on what that looks like specifically. But no, I think we should take some more deep shots in this game because I think Fenner's just that good. I think just throw it up. He's gonna go get it.
He's gonna be one of the best. He's gonna be one of the best Missouri Valley wide receivers. With the future he has.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the other thing I will pivot to is thinking about run versus pass game is that as you look through Illinois State's schedule this year, outside of North Dakota State, I don't think they've played a running back that even sniffs what LJ's doing right now. So
correct.
even
run
Oklahoma
game
doesn't have a good running back,
or a run game in general.
Run game
right?
in general, right? Even
Yeah.
Youngstown, who put up a lot of points, their leading rusher
It's all Bo Brungard.
was all Brungard, their quarterback. I think
Yep.
he rushed for a ridiculous 200 yards, but that's a completely different. I guess that's a little bit different, and probably even skews the numbers to a certain extent for them. So it will be interesting to see. I think, like you said with Travis or Coach Travis, like he's been talking about, it's. He wants to run the ball. He wants to establish that. He does not want to throw it 35 times, right? That's the
No.
But if we need to, no one better and no better metrics wise to have to air it out against this team on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the quarterbacks in the FCS that I trust to throw the ball 35 times and not.
I guess, Jake, I'll go back to my point about the offense and what my wish list is. I guess the whole point of what I say and wanting to air it out a little more is maybe just get a little less predictable with what we're trying to do and not be so predictable every single series. We got to mix it up a little bit more. And I think we can have more success in the passing game and use it as a complement to the run game. Yep. So that's kind of where my head's at with that. I don't think we should go 5 wide and air it out all game long, but that's not what I'm looking for. But no, I just think a little more creativity, a little more unpredictableness would be good. So,
hey, you know what? 5 wide, never. Shoot, I don't know if Aiden's ran a 5 wide yet.
They're going to do that. They do that. I've watched some nights. They're definitely going to go 5 wide, and even with Southwood's out, they'll find somebody.
And that, you bring me to our point then on the defensive side for USD. I love that we're never consistent and hold a straight line on any of our conversations for offense versus defense.
It's all right.
But Hardman, I am 99.9% sure that his targeting call is going to be upheld, which means we do not have him for the first half.
Correct.
And with it, Rittenhouse is a very mobile quarterback.
Yeah.
This is going to come down to a situation where you have to create a pocket to keep him in it. And I don't know who it's going to be. I think a sneaky pick here for defensive player of the game, future pick kind of thing, might be Matt Walsh.
I like that.
It's a name to keep an eye on. 1-3 on the defensive side of things. He's going to have to play a little quarterback spy, especially in the first half with Hardman out, playing in, what do we call it, the stud or something along those lines.
Star, stud, whatever. Yeah.
The hybrid safety linebacker spot. Somebody's going to have to step up and be prepared for when he slips out of the pocket. But as long as the ends can get around and start creating a pocket, I think we got an opportunity to slow down everything on their offensive side of things.
Yeah, and Grant, talk about the secondary because they're going to be tested in this one.
Yeah, I think that's from a defensive perspective. We've talked about the pass game, how they want to spread it out. We've got a mobile quarterback in Rittenhouse. The secondary is going to be tested for the first time by an offense as good since NDSU. That's kind of the reality of it too. So, and we know how that game went. We didn't like the results that we saw there. NDSU is a much better, more complete team than Illinois State, in my opinion. So that comparison isn't necessarily fair, but Illinois State's going to throw the ball around. There's no doubt about that. And with that being said, I think for this secondary to be successful Saturday, they do have to find a turnover at some point. That's another thing that we've been
talking about Roman, guys. And I put him on this slide for that reason. We're going to try to bring in all the good juju tonight and bring it with us Saturday for Roman.
Yeah, we got to find a turnover because we can't let this offense get rolling from a pass game perspective, or it's going to be a really long day for us. So some sort of disruption, especially a turnover, I think is just so disrupting for a pass-heavy offense. Makes that quarterback think for a second because you don't want to turn it over a second time, right? It just starts to snowball in itself. So, yeah, the secondary's got to, again, talking about guys stepping up, we got to have guys step up in a big way on Saturday in the secondary, play some rock-solid football because they're going to be tested for sure.
Well, and we already hurt each other's feelings. Might as well hurt everybody else's feelings that are listening. But on the season, we have 5 turnovers. We have created 5 turnovers as a defense. And you guys really want to, take it right in the chest.
Here
Mikey
you go.
has 3 of them.
Right.
Mikey Munn has 3 of our turnovers.
And I think those 5 came from just 2 games, right?
It did.
I mean, yeah. So
We're not generating
due.
turnovers. We're definitely due. And I think the home cooking is where that starts to change, right?
Yeah. Now, the good news is the last 3 games have generated no turnovers, also have not turned the ball over. So I'd like to keep that consistent as well. I'd like to keep the no turnovers on offense thing going. Let's just find some on defense.
Yeah.
And worst case, let's go 2-1. I'm fine with that as well.
There you go.
You just have to be.
We have a plus.
You just have to be plus. Exactly. On the plus side, for sure. All right. I want to say one last thing on the defensive side, and that's just the defensive line. So we talked about the secondary and being tested. The defensive line is really the ones that are put in conflict because you can't just bull rush this quarterback, because just like any mobile quarterback we see in the Valley, he'll take off and run right by you. If you don't keep contained, you don't keep your lanes, your gaps filled, that kind of stuff. If you just sell out to rush him and you don't have respect for the lanes and keeping those and that contain on the outside, like he's just going to get first downs, right? I mean, you see that. We saw that with Shekelman. This guy's better. Tommy Rittenhouse is much better than Shekelman. And so that gave us a little warm-up, a little appetizer to this one. And so we have to be cognizant of that. And so the defensive line is really kind of where it starts as always, but this one, it's tough, right? As a defensive lineman, you're put in conflict here because you're darned if you do, darned if you don't.
Yep, exactly.
Hey, I know we're running on time here, but I do have one last comment. I meant to piggyback off this of Jake. It's important enough that I wrote it down today. So this is a big one, but this is more a message for the fans, and really, I guess, the players as well. But we talked about, thinking that Hardman's probably going to be out the first half of this game with that targeting call. There's a potential that Illinois State could jump in front of this game early. I think there's a possibility where they get out to a 7-point, 10-point lead. But what I want to tell mostly the fan is, don't give up on this team if halftime looks rough. Illinois State has been outscored 98-40 in the fourth quarter. 98-40 in the fourth quarter. So you bring in a combination of, you get to bring one of your best players back in the mix for the second half, and they've been, quite frankly, pretty poor in the fourth quarter, where we've also, I think, done a pretty good job in the third and fourth quarter. Don't get discouraged. I think there's a real possibility that we could get down early, but bounce back and win this game. So just something to keep an eye on.
Yep.
All right. It's tight. We know it's tight. So here we go. Lines for entertainment purposes only. Sagarin, Illinois State is the 147th ranked team. We are the 139th ranked team.
That number next to our opponents keeps getting lower and lower.
we are inching down. That's a good sign. Reddit FCS spread, guys. Yotes -5.5. FanDuel took forever to put the FCS spreads out this week. Just got it today. Yotes -4.5. And Massey likes the Yotes 31-24. So Yotes by 7. Go ahead and then, as we're going through picks here, we're getting to the pick segment. Go ahead and put them in the chat. We'll throw them up as we always do.
I want you guys to remember, Massey and I are bros. In the car ride back from the Unidome, I said 7.5 was the spread. So,
well, Massey's got a bunch of data now. Finally, he was pretty inaccurate to start the year, but now that he's got a bunch of data from this year, he's starting to dial it in with his formula.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, don't forget, throw your predictions in the chat. Let's flip it to that page. Let's get the Carney family up here.
All right. The pick segment sponsored by the Carney family, the best sports fans any team could wish for. We are rocking and rolling. Let's go to the Carney family. Hey, they picked perfect last week, guys. They had score perfect. So let's see if they can do it 2 in a row here. The Carney family's coming in hot. Yotes 31-21.
They seem like a smart family this week.
That's a lot of points, but I would love that.
I would love this result.
Yep.
Love it. All right. Let's, before we throw our picks up, guys, we got a couple in the chat. Yote fan coming in 33-21. That's right on par with the Carney family. And we've got Peter coming in 38-28. High scoring affair. Wow. That would almost be an offensive explosion. But hey, the Yotes are good at scoring 40 at home, right? We've trended that way. This year, haven't had the quality of opponent that this team is coming in with, but we do like to score 40 at home. So maybe that's not far off.
Would love that result as well.
Absolutely. All right, I'm going to give you the real short and simple here is Cardiac Coyotes. Cardiac Coyotes win 24-23 in a instant classic. Knock out everybody in the crowd that has weak hearts because they're all going to be on the ground with heart attacks, but the Yotes survive 24-23. 24-23 Yotes in a find a way and escape with a victory.
Jeez, boy, Mitch, I thought my score prediction was going to be tight here, and I was going to tell everybody, what a classic we're going to have. You can throw mine up, but mine's not quite like Mitch's, but I think similar. I think it's going to be a tight one. I've got us for 27-24. I think there's a potential for a game-winning field goal type situation at the end of the game, whether that be Will the Thrill or Mata. I think this is going to be, to your point, a quote-unquote ESPN instant classic, as they used to call it in NCAA football.
Yes.
I think anybody who comes to the Dome's in for a really good game, and I think the Yotes are going to get it done on the Dome again.
Hey, I'm confident from 60 out, so
let's go. We had Allie coming in.
Anything that starts with a 5 or less, we're in.
Yes, and I love Allie's hat. So obviously she's part of my tailgate group, and love her hat. She's coming in 21-14. That's a very, very realistic score too, because we do expect this to be a little lower, at least on this show. So
I think a low scoring affair would favor the Coyotes. There's no doubt about that.
Yes, absolutely.
Have we disagreed yet with any of our listeners on their score prediction? Like, we haven't called anybody out fully yet, have we?
No, we have not.
We got smart fans always, right?
Absolutely. All right, Jake, I'm gonna throw yours up.
Yeah, the Carney family and I know what's up. That's all I'm gonna say. 31-21. I think I said in my text, touchdown with about 3.5 left to close out the game.
To ice it, yep.
That would feel really good for this team, especially from the maybe some of the games we haven't been able to close out. That would feel really good for this offense. Love to see that.
I call it a close 10.
If Ray's not in here tonight, but if Ray Kirch was in here, I was going to give him some crap about some of these scores with it being predicting high scores, because I'm sure he's a defensive guy. So I expect this one to be to low scoring again. I over predicted the UNI guys. I went too high, and I was kind of kicking myself, and then I did it again this week. I went a little higher, and now I'm thinking maybe I should have been a little lower.
No. You know what, though? Playing an offensive juggernaut also brings out the best in your offense, too. You've seen it. I kind of like to go back and show you guys like games like Oklahoma did in the college football playoffs against Georgia. Georgia was not a offensive juggernaut, but that game went into the 40s for both teams. Teams lift each other up, so it's definitely something to watch out for. We've played some very dry, mundane offenses. This one is dynamic, and it can awaken the dynamic opportunities in your own, too.
I'd be all right with trading blows, just trading touchdowns for a while until we get to about halfway through the fourth quarter.
And then peel away, 31-21.
Yep, and finish it off. Make that stop and pull away.
The stats say the Redbirds will die in the fourth quarter, so keep it tight and you're in good shape. So. But no, I agree with Jake. I think this is a team that can rise to the occasion, and no better place to rise to the occasion than at the Dakota Dome on Saturday.
So get your butt to the dang dome. I'm not going to say it anymore.
Yeah, and we're not going to say it anymore.
It's playoff time, right? This is a playoff atmosphere. We need to get everybody there and get it turned up a notch.
Your seat buddy also threw one in the chat too, real quick.
Let's go, Sarah.
28-17.
Oh yeah, I need to send her ticket. Sarah, I'll do that after this. Otherwise, you're not getting in Saturday.
All right. You know what? We've had these fine folks here long enough with us, Mitch. Why don't you go ahead and flip it to that last slide?
All right. We'll see them all Saturday.
Yeah, see everybody Saturday. Go Yotes.
Go Yotes.
Go Yotes.